Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Benjamin. I represent KABAM Robotics. We are deeply humbled to be invited to be a speaker at this event, and thanks to BCA for inviting us for this event, and honored to be able to actually share our solutions with SIFMA as well as other industry partners. So just a brief introduction of KABAM. We are formed 3.5 years ago, and what we are building is solutions for the smart buildings, especially in the robotic space. So you can see on the slide, these are some of the awards that we have won, and we are recognized for our achievements through these years, through the awards that we received, not just in Singapore, but in Australia as well as in the US. I would always like to start with a problem statement. So I think everybody would know by now that there is a labor crunch, and that is especially prevalent after COVID. You can see by the stats here that the average age of a security guard and a cleaner in the service industry is going up. So it's 54 years old for a security officer and 60 years old for a cleaner. So we believe at KABAM that this could be solved by having the robotic solutions be part of the service industry. So you can see here on this slide, these are our solutions. So we provide a complete solution by having both the hardware as well as the software. So our robots, we believe, are the future of smart building devices and also the next evolution of CCTVs. So they are mobility devices with built-in intelligence, able to detect, deter, and respond to situations with their physical presence. And on the left, you can see is our Smart Plus mission control, which I'll explain a bit more later. So this is developed in-house by our company in Singapore. Before I move on to the next slide, I want to make a point that we actually specialize in robotic connectivity solutions, which in turn is actually called robot, or you can say interoperability, which I'll explain in the next slide. Okay, this slide is quite wordy, but I try to summarize it. Managing and operating a single robot is straightforward and easy, but what happens when you introduce the second, third, or even more robots into the space or the building? So the complexity will multiply exponentially, creating silos of isolated systems, each requiring its own management and operation. So I just bring you to an example of one of my customers, which bought 15 cleaning robots from 3 different manufacturers. Okay, so when they start to use the robots, they realize that the pain point of having 3 different brands of robots is the different software that is operating, right? So they have to provide training to all their cleaners 3 times compared to 1. So we know that this is a pain point. And thus, when we do the integration with our Smart Plus, we can allow all the robots to be integrated together regardless of brand or model. So this is where interoperability becomes not just important but essential. We will require a singular integrated enabler to allow all the robots to function together. So our software Smart Plus fills that role and allows users to onboard, operate, and deploy multiple robots all under a single unified platform and sharing all the integrations done within the robot fleet. And that is the most important aspect. So you can see here, we focus on 3 integrations. One is for building infrastructure. So we also understand that every building has a CCTV, IoT sensors, lift, access doors. And most importantly, how would the robots actually integrate with this to allow for greater accessibility as well as greater integration with the physical assets. So I just give you an example. If the IoT sensors detect like a human, after office hours. So he can actually automatically inform the robot to inspect the area to see if the situation is real and also to deter the person and also maybe make an announcement to ask the person to leave. So the second integration that we do is the robot integration. We understand that in a lot of buildings, there will be different type of robots. We have your delivery robots, you have your concierge robots, your security, and even cleaning robots. And of course, having all the different robots is, as what I mentioned earlier, through silos. So all the integrations will be done in a silo. So what if I can say that our software, Smart Plus, can integrate different brands, different models of robot together under one unified platform and thus sharing all the integrations. So we have done integrations with Gaussian, MIRs, and also Pudu. And then lastly, in a building, we have back-end systems. These are your VMS, your BMS, your WMS. So what we do is that we will integrate our software into this system so that it will be a more unified platform where our end users can actually access the robot fleet remotely through their own back-end platforms. So this is Colab. Just want to share, this is indoor security FM robot. So you can see most of the functions here, which I won't dwell too much on it. So essentially, it can do security and surveillance. And then, of course, on top of it, it can also do facility inspection, like inspection of open closed doors, liquid spillage, faulty escalators, faulty lights, so on and so forth. And then, of course, it has a touch screen that can provide concierge service like wayfinding, visitor management, so on and so forth. And then lastly, it has a PA system that actually can play public announcement. Like recently, we are embarking on a project with SBS to place MR2 robot at the Little India MRT station. And that's where it acts as a safety ambassador to tell people that they should, if they are holding bulky items, they should take the lift instead of the escalator. So these announcements are what we call interactive with the public. So this is Halo, the outdoor equivalent of Colab. So this is a more ruggedized version of our robot fleet. So it's IP55 rated, and it's an all-weather, all-terrain outdoor security inspection robot. So basically all the functions that Colab has, Halo has as well, except for the 360 telescopic boom. So this slide actually shows the way we design our robots. So we understand that for every different customer and different site, there is different requirements, but we cannot, for every customer, do what we call customization. So what we do is we offer our customers different options to choose from, like the different type of cameras to suit different sites, different battery size, different LCD screen, for example. This slide shows more of our Smart Plus mission control system. So you can see essentially it's a work management system for all your robots. So some of the functions it has video analytics for security as well as for facility management. It has automated alerts. That means wherever the robots detect something, all right, you will receive alerts to your email or even to the Smart Plus system or even through a messaging platform. And then, of course, with the lift integration that I will talk about later, I think that will open up accessibility within a building. These are some other features that we have. So just to briefly go through, so we have a full mission control and scheduling. So basically, this allows the robots to be scheduled, and the robots can autonomously go out for missions and then come back to dock to charge. And then we have the user management system, so different levels of users for our end users. And of course, report generation is one of the most important aspects, whereby the end users of the solutions will get a report of what the robots have been doing, like the amount of missions that they have been completed, how many detections it has made, so on and so forth. So this is the CC integration slide. Just to summarize, it's basically allowing integration of our robotic solutions with CCTVs. So you have to understand that a robot is like a human in a building. When he passed by an incident and he didn't notice, but the CCTVs that are all around the building would have noticed it. And that could actually trigger the robot to go back to where the incident happened and then react and respond. So this is a video analytics slide to show you on the left something that is very common, that everybody have seen, like people counting, facial recognition, unattended object. But most importantly, on the right shows the facility management video analytics that we develop ourselves. So like open and closed doors, faulty lights. So these are part of helping facility management. So these are some of the use cases as well as and the VA detections that we have. We categorize them into 4 categories. One is security, which is the main bulk of it. Second is facility management. And of course, we have concierge as well as health and safety. So over here, we are proud to say that we are integrated with RMF, which is the Robotic Middleware Framework. And of course, we conform to the national guideline, TR93, to synchronize the communications between robots as well as building infrastructure. So some of the partners we work with for lift integration, you can see, is like Kone, Schindler, Fujitec, Hitachi, so on and so forth. These are some of our deployments. You can see in the slides, most of them are in Singapore. We also have them overseas, like in Australia, Hong Kong, and as far as Chile. So you can see most of them are in different verticals, which is commercial buildings, office buildings, industrial, tourist attractions, hotels, and so on and so forth. Yep. Thank you. That's the end of